Guys, so today I got a really cool full race card trick to show you, and before I do that I'm just going to ask you a quick question because I've gotten lots of comments and messages asking me how exactly I get my camera at this angle and what is my setup, and so I'm going to be answering those questions in a future video if you guys are interested in that sort of thing. So go ahead and comment below if you do want to see my setup, or if you're interested, if maybe you're making a new channel, new YouTube channel, and you want to figure out a good setup. So I can make a short video of that in the future, and here is the trick. So what I'm going to do, okay, just shuffle up the pack, okay, just give it a little bit of a mix up, and then I'm going to go ahead and have you cut the deck anywhere you like. So let's say you cut it here, you're going to do it 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you cut it pretty much all equal piles here, and watch this. What I'm going to do is have you stick 3 cards, put it to the bottom of this packet, and then deal down the cards just like that, okay? So let's go here. You take 3 cards, put it at the bottom, and go across each deck just like that. 3 cards at the bottom, deal them to each pile, and to the last pile we'll deal 3 cards just like this. And remember, I shuffled the pack, you cut the cards, and you dealt out the cards, and it looks like you stopped at a pretty good place, because look at that, all the 4 aces on each pile, and that is the trick. So I hope you guys like it, and don't forget to stick around for the tutorial. Alright guys, so this trick is obviously, it has a pretty good effect. I think for most people it does give a powerful effect. And I'm just going to say this is definitely for those beginners that aren't ready to do sort of sleight of hand type card tricks. So this is definitely for beginners and even intermediate or experts. This is for all levels. It has such a good effect at the end. I just love it. So anyways, there isn't necessarily any sleight of hands in the trick. It's completely self-working. If that's what you're looking for, this is a completely self-working trick. And here is the tutorial. So what you're going to do, or actually you don't even have to do this if you're still scared, if you're still really beginner, you don't necessarily have to do this, but at the beginning of the trick I did a riffle shuffle, and I just mixed up the cards like this, and I acted like I was mixing up the cards, which I was, but I was leaving the 4 cards on top. And I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the trick, your setup is you take the 4 aces and you put it on top of the deck, and that's about it. That's the only setup you need, and then you're ready to go. So what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead and riffle shuffle the deck like this, but as you can see there's still the 4 aces on top. The 4 aces are on top of this packet. I'm going to try to show it to you right there. See that? 4 aces on top. And when you mix up the cards, just leave the 4 aces on top. So as you can see, we can mix together cards, and right now I'm going to put down all those cards. See that? The big block of cards right on top. And then you're just going to leave the 4 aces on top of the deck. So basically what you're going to do now is have the spectator cut the cards. But the only thing you have to do is remember the packet that has the aces. Okay, so obviously the packet with the aces is going to be the first section that the spectator cuts. So you have the spectator cut the cards into four equal piles. So you have them cut the cards. Okay, and you have to remember that the aces are in this pile. Okay, the aces are right there on that pile. Alright, so what you've done now is you shuffle up the pack, but you've left the 4 aces on top. You had your spectator cut the deck into 4 equal piles, and you're remembering that the aces are in this pile on here to the left. So now what you're going to do is go to the opposite end, with the complete opposite end of the packet without the aces in it, because obviously the aces are over here, and you go to the complete other side, and you have the spectators take 3 cards from the top, put them to the bottom, and you have the spectator deal them out onto each pile, just like that. And then they're going to go to the next one, and then deal out 3 cards to the bottom, and deal 3 cards to each packet like that. And if you want to, at the beginning of the trick, you can give a demonstration by using the first pack. You can give a demonstration by you can go and tell the audience to make sure, that way they know exactly what they're doing. You're just going to say, you're going to show them, so okay, watch. So you take 3 cards, put it to the bottom, and deal it out. That way the audience isn't necessarily confused, okay, as to what they need to do for the trick. So by the last pile, this deck is going to have 3 random cards on top of it already. So here are the 3 random cards, and the aces are right down here, okay? So you can see the 4 aces are still on top of this deck, but there's 3 random cards. So when the spectator takes those 3 random cards, he or she is leaving those 4 aces on top of this deck, and then when they deal them out, the 4 aces are still right on top of each pile. And it has such a great effect, and I really do like this trick, and I hope it does work out for you, and thank you for watching.